Okay, stick with me on this. This is Jupiter. It is massive. I think it's 300 times bigger than Earth. That is Earth right there. That's the size of Earth. And that is the red spot. And that is where that, what they call an asteroid, it was a fiery comet. It was all written in the ancient text. It said the feared god Jupiter, which is the planet, gave birth to the fiery comet, which turned out to be Venus. It almost hit us, went past and came back and hit Mars, wiped Mars out completely. That, my friends, is the birth of a planet. And you say, oh, Roger, a birth of a planet coming out of another planet? Come on. I said, well, a birth of a human comes out of another human. That's what happened. You want to see a vagina? I showed one the other day. It's 2,200 feet deep. This one's a little bigger. All right, that's the red spot. That is the red spot on Jupiter. They came real close to it and looked at it. This is going to get extremely graphic in a minute because I'm going to show a human vagina. And this is exactly identical. And that right there, my friends, I'm going to show you that. That is the clincher that seals the deal for me. Now, don't forget, I said it's going to get graphic, so it's going to get a little graphic. Now, that's why. This is a human vagina, anatomical representation. Now, what do we see here? A human vagina. And it's got all the little bits and pieces that all the female body part has. This is a mound. This is called the Venus Mons. I'm not kidding you. The Venus Mound. This is the hairline and everything. This right here, that's the little pincher. That's the one that clinches it for me. You see that little spot right there? That tag and that little strap, you can hardly see it, but that little strap, and this is about the best representation I have seen. You see that little strap coming off of that? That literally is the tag that holds the vagina into the body. Every body part has its own little thing that locks it in so it doesn't go flying all over the place. Now, you see all this labia minora and majora, and the majora and the minora, they're flaps of tissue. And of course the clitoris. Now let's just look at, the little flap is the thing that got it from me. There's no question as far as I'm concerned. You see the little flap right there? There it is. That's it. As far as I'm concerned, right there is the case is closed. But it has the hairline and everything. There's the hairline. You see, there's the hairline. This is, it's got all the vaginal ripples and everything. It has all of the labia majora, minora up at the top. And that tag right there locks it in. This is not a storm. It's a bump on Jupiter. Hold on a second. This is very simple to understand. It's amazing how they've missed everything that they should be picking up on. The planet's spinning this way, which means that the atmosphere it's got to spin through basically whatever's in that planet through that atmosphere. There's a bump here. That's a bump. The Venus Mons, it's a bump. And as that bump goes through, this heavy, dense, and I mean it's dense up there, it's very thick. This is not a gas planet. The gas is on the outside because it's so compressed because of the gravity that it's like soup. And it's going through that soup and it's going spinning backwards. There's nothing happening here. There's nothing really happening here. That's not spinning. It's just pushing through. And this is what's spinning. They're coming around here and spinning away. So that, now, Venus came out of that hole, which is, it's a vagina. I mean, what can I say? Now, as the planet spins this way, which all planets spin that way, Venus would have come out and would have rolled backwards this way. Think about it logically. It comes out like this. And it's not going to spin this way. It's going to roll away like that, which is backwards. It's spinning this way. Jupiter is spinning this way. Venus spins this way, and it still does today, and it's the only one really that spins that way. All the rest of them spin in the normal way, and it creates an enormous amount of heat, and that's where it originated from. It didn't come from outside of Jupiter, it came from inside of Jupiter. All right, as I mentioned, I did a video on these giant vaginas, and they're everywhere, they're literally everywhere, even up on Jupiter. Now, that little line right there is the linea alba. All right, you see right down in the center there? That's the cervix. Now, the cervix has a little line right here, cut through it, and it's this little round bump that sticks off there. Now, that line comes straight up here, and right in here there's a little mat that covers this line. All right, normally. Now, the giant one I showed is here. That's this one right here. That's 2,200 feet deep. And that right there is the linea alba. You see that slip right there? And this is the mat. This thing is just absolutely unbelievably huge. This is in Russia. Now, so, and this is a vagina. There's no question. And there's other ones. I'm looking at a couple other ones right now that I'll probably be showing before long. But I did mention that I thought Tyson sent me this picture long ago, 2019. Now, he says no. Well, he says that this is not a cervix. Now, it might not be, but I don't know. Now, he claims that there's, I don't know, a bunch of them in a row that are all the same looking like that. Now, if that's the case, he's probably right. But this has, I mean, it's as close as I can possibly come to thinking it's a vagina. Now, what would it have been? It would have been the vagina coming this way, which everything up to this point is eroded away back here. And this is what happens in the oceans. Everything erodes coming in, so it's all broken up and all washes away. So we're all the way down through the vagina back to the cervix. That was my impression. I could be wrong. However, remember I showed you the linea alba? Look at this. That's it exactly. I mean, it's exactly what would it be? And the mat comes right to here and over to here. That's the mat. It looks to me. Now, I could be wrong. But if he sent me this picture, which I don't know if he did or not, because it has a time stamp on it, a date stamp, and I don't know if he has that. Somebody else might have sent me one of these. I get pictures from everybody. I don't know where they come from half the time. But to me, that certainly looks like a cervix. I mean, there's the line right there. That's as clear as you can be. And it has that shape right around it. There's certainly a border around it. And there's a little spot there. I don't know if that's consequential or not, but then it goes right up into that linea alba, right there, that seam going straight up. That's just too coincidental to be something other than, well, I mean, it could be, I don't know. He could be right. If there's like 14 of them in a row, well, then it's obviously something else. Now, could they be vein valves? Possibly. Veins have this. They have little, well, they don't necessarily have something that looks like that, but they have valves. And the blood can come this way and it closes off when it comes. So it comes this way and it closes off. Now, is that the case there? That's possible. If he's got it, but this thing here was what really threw me. Now, could the vein be taking on blood through this? This may be possible. This could be a vein. You could be perfectly right, but it sure has the look of a cervix. Now, if it is a vein, that is fabulous information because it gives me more identification as to how the veins work. Now, I know the veins work like a sponge. So that vein is going to suck blood in from all over like a sponge. Veins are like sponges. Arteries go off in little tubes, and they're nice sealed up tubes. These are, well, more or less sealed up. They have little arterioles and capillaries and all that stuff, but these are just tubes that suck in everything. That could be, he could be right. You know, if there's a whole bunch of them, but all I got was this one picture. So looking at this one picture, that's how I came away with it. That this was going in like this. It was normally the vagina, and that's what's left over. Now he's I'm trying to work with him now to get the information that supports his side of it, because you know, he claims for sure that that's not a cervix. Well, he could be right. We'll find out. See, there it is right there. Again, that's the linea alba. If this is a cervix, now here's what it looks like in a human. There's the linea alba right there, and it would be it splits you right down the center. So that's all I can tell you. But this I can tell you right now, there's no question in my mind, 100% certainty, that just seals the deal. This is a vagina. And it said in the ancient text that the feared god Jupiter gave birth to the fiery comet. It took 7 days, and it almost hit Earth, wiped everything out. And now they're claiming that that's what something came from beyond Jupiter. From beyond Jupiter it cometh. No, it cometh out of Jupiter. Okay, my friends, it does not get crazier than this. They have just stated that this new study led by University of Cologne identified the origin of the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs as being from outside Jupiter's orbit. The rare event in Earth's geological history drastically altered the planet's climate and the life forms by halting photosynthesis and causing mass extinctions. So that thing there just about hit the Earth, or in their case, they claim it did hit the Earth. Well, I claim it did not hit the Earth, but it did come from Jupiter, but not from outside Jupiter. It came from inside Jupiter.